The distributive property. Write two different expressions for the area of this rectangle. Here's one expression for the area. The full rectangle has sides of length 4 and x plus 2. Therefore, its area, which is length times width, would be 4 times x plus 2. There's another way to express the area. We can do the area of this square plus the area of this rectangle. The green rectangle has sides of 4 and x. Therefore, its area is 4x. The yellow rectangle has sides 2 and 4. Therefore, its area is 2 times 4, which is 8. Therefore, the total area would be 4x plus 2 times 4. Since these two expressions are for the area of the same full rectangle, they must be equal. 4 times x plus 2 must equal 4x plus 2 times 4. This demonstrates the distributive property. In this case, the 4 can be distributed to both terms within the parentheses. Finding the area of each rectangle demonstrates the distributive property. 4 times x plus 2 can be rewritten as 4 times x plus 4 times 2. And 4 times 2 is 8. Therefore, this expression is the same thing as 4x plus 8. The 4 is distributed to each term of the sum x plus 2. The general statement of the distributive property is a times b plus c equals a times b plus a times c. However, the order in which the terms appear and whether there is a plus or minus signs between the terms doesn't matter. So these are ways that this property will be expressed. So if we have, here we have the same statement. A times b plus c equals a plus ab plus ac. For example, 2 times x plus 3 is 2 times x plus 2 times 3. And 2 times 3 is 6. Or we could have them in this different order. B plus c times a equals b a plus c a. Here's an example. So x plus 7 times 3, well, we have x times 3, which is 3x, plus 7 times 3, which is 21. We could also have a negative sign. So a times b minus a times c. So we get a negative sign in there. And here's an example, 5x minus 2, we have 5 times x minus 5 times 2, which is 10. Or we could switch the order, b minus c times a. b times a minus c times a. And here's an example, x minus 3 times 6. So x times 6, which is 6x, minus 3 times 6, which is 18. Write expressions equivalent to each of these. All right, 6 times x plus 4. So first we have 6 times x, which is 6x, then a plus sign, then 6 times 4, which is 24. 2 times x minus 1. First we have 2 times x, 2x, a minus sign, then 2 times 1, 2. 5 times x plus 7 would be 5 times x, 5x, plus 5 times 7, 35. Finally, we have 4x minus 8. 4 times x is 4x, a minus sign, then 4 times 8 is 32. And there you go, all the answers. Distributing a negative sign. A negative sign outside of the parentheses represents a multiplication by the number -1. For example, negative parentheses 3x plus 4 is the same thing as -1 times 3x plus 4. So we're going to distribute the -1 to each term here. -1 times 3x plus -1 times 4. So -1 times 3x is just -3x. Then we have -4 here, so plus negative 4 is the same thing as just minus 4. Note that in this example, the negative sign changes the sign of both terms within the parentheses. So 3x plus 4 becomes negative 3x minus 4. A common error would be to multiply only the first term by negative 1, but not all of the following terms. An incorrect distribution would yield this incorrect result, negative 3x plus 4. Make sure not to forget to distribute that negative sign to every term, not just the first one. The distribution property applies to all the terms within the parentheses being multiplied. For example, 3 times 2x plus 4y minus 1 would be 3 times 2x plus 3 times 4y minus 3 times 1. Or you could just say plus 3 times negative 1. As long as that negative sign makes it in here somewhere, it's fine. Then we would simplify this. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times 4y is 12y. And 3 times negative 1 is minus 3. A common error would be to multiply only the first term by 3, but not all of the following terms. Write expressions equivalent to each of these. All right, so this is negative 1 distributed to 2x. So negative 1 times 2x plus negative 1 times 3. So that is negative 2x minus 3. Negative 2 times x plus y minus 2. All right, so first we distribute to the first term. Negative 2 times x plus negative 2 times y minus negative 2 times 2. And that gives us negative 2x minus 2y. And look at that, we have two negative signs. It's going to cancel out and give us a plus sign, plus 4. 5 times x minus 2y minus 3. All right, so first we distribute the first term. 5 times x minus 5 times 2y. Now remember, you could have put plus and then a minus sign in here. As long as that negative sign ends up either here or here, you're okay. Just one negative sign. So 5 times negative 2y, or I already put that negative sign here, and then minus 5 times 3. So that becomes 5x minus 10y minus 15. All right, I'm going to move these up a little bit. Okay. Negative 4 times negative 2x. All right, plus negative 4 times 3y minus negative 4 times 2. All right, so we get two negative signs. They cancel, giving us 8x. One negative sign, so we have negative 12y. And then another double negative sign cancels out and gives us an 8.